Hey guys, a very warm welcome to Ayo World. We are Annika, Julia and Frank, and together we'll take you to Paris. We'll tell you how to get around, all about the do's and don'ts, the must and nice to knows, and the best places to be. So let's go ahead and plan for your arrival. If you visit Paris by plane, you will most likely arrive at the airport Charles-de-Gaulle, which is about 25 kilometers northeast from the city. To get away from there, you have three options: by bus, by train, or by taxi. Let's start with a taxi. Official taxis have an illuminated sign on the roof, a fare meter inside, and they won't offer their service at the exit. If the sign on the roof is red, the taxi is occupied. If it's green, feel free to get a ride. Official taxis have a flat rate from the airport to the city, which is 50 euros to any spot north and 55 euros to any spot south of the River Seine, so you'll be safe with your budget. The second option is to go by train. Paris offers a city railway which is called Réseau Express Régional, or for short RER. There are two stations at the airport, one at Terminal 3 and one at Terminal 2. If you arrive at Terminal 1, you have to take a small underground train named City-Gival, which will bring you to both stations for free. To go to the city, you will have to take the RER-B destination Saint-Rémy-lès-Chevreuse or destination Robinson. The fare is about 11 euros and the travel time to the city is about 25 minutes, which is the fastest way to consider. RER-B will take you right to the middle of the city and you can easily change to any other line. We will tell you more about the public transportation later on. Last option is to go by bus. You can take the air-conditioned Roissy bus to Paris Opéra, which will not stop in between its departure and destination. It leaves from all terminals every 20 minutes and the ticket price is about 12 euros. You can buy your ticket from the driver. Expect more than an hour to get to the city. During rush hour, even more is possible. The best way to get around in Paris is the subway called Métro in French. It is marked with different kind of signs, but you can't miss it. We suggest to buy day tickets. You can buy them from the ticket machines in most stations. They are called Paris Visite. You have to decide how many zones to take. In most cases, 3 are fine. It covers the whole interior of Paris. If you want to go to Disneyland, Versailles or the airports, you need all 5 zones. After choosing your fare, you can select for how many days you need your ticket. Up to 5 are possible. Last but not least, you choose the amount of tickets you need. You can either pay cash or with credit card. Once you received your tickets, you have to fill in your first and last name and the date of the days on which you want to use them. So you will need a pencil. Now let's go for a ride. RER lines are identified by letters, metro lines by numbers. To enter the station, insert your ticket into the gate. When you take it out, the doors will open. Keep your ticket until you have left the station at your last destination. You will probably need it to get out. For more information about fares and the map of the public transportation system, go to navigo.fr or visit our website. And now to the fun part, sightseeing in Paris. A true must-see is the Cathedral of Notre Dame. You can admire the beautiful Gothic architecture from the outside as well as from the inside. And the best thing is, it doesn't cost you a penny. True highlights are the massive decorated entrance doors and the large colored glass windows inside. Light a candle, leave a wish or stay for a prayer. To get there you must take the RER-B or Metro 11 to station Saint-Michel Notre Dame. The second most visited monument in Paris is Sacré Coeur. The basilica is located at the summit of the Butte Montmartre, which is the highest point in the city. To get from the metro station to the church you must walk along a beautiful shopping street. Then you can take the stairways or a funicular car on the left side, for which you can use your metro ticket. Once at the top you can have a seat on the stairs and enjoy the view of Paris. The admission to the church is free and it's definitely worth a visit. If you are interested in arts, you have to visit the Louvre. It is the world's largest art museum. Over 38,000 objects are exhibited on more than 72,000 square meters. Get yourself a map in advance and make a plan of what you want to see, or you will get lost trying to find your way. The most well-known painting there is of course the Mona Lisa from Leonardo da Vinci. The painting is much smaller than expected, and to get a selfie you have to be patient to get through the crowd. The Louvre is closed on Tuesdays and pre-booking your tickets is highly recommended. Under the Louvre you will find the famous Pyramide Inversée, which became well known by Dan Brown's book The Da Vinci Code. The Arc de Triomphe is one of the most famous buildings in Paris and was built in 1836. The massive arch is accessible only by stairs unless you are handicapped. The way up is quite tough and narrow, But once you're at the top, the interior of the staircase is worth a photo. From the roof you have a fantastic view over the Champs-Élysées, down to the Louvre on the one and up to La Dèfense on the other side. It is also a good spot to take a selfie with the Eiffel Tower, as you have a great view over the city. We recommend it as the best photo spot of Paris. Once back at the bottom, the Champs-Élysées itself is also a good selfie spot. Before climbing up the Eiffel Tower, you should consider visiting the Tour Montparnasse. It is a 210-meter high skyscraper finished in 1973. You can see all landmarks of Paris from up there, and it is much less crowded than the Eiffel Tower, so in most cases you can get up to the top way faster and easier. You can shoot beautiful photos with the Eiffel Tower, and if you are a photographer, don't forget a telephoto lens. There's a big terrace on the roof where you can have a glass of champagne and enjoy Paris from above. The Eiffel Tower, the most famous landmark of Paris. It is 324 meters high, was built by Gustave Eiffel and finished in 1889. The tower has about 7 million visitors per year, so if you're planning on climbing it, booking in advance is a must. The best way to approach the Eiffel Tower is from the metro station Trocadero. It is a little elevated and far enough away for you to get the tower and yourself on a perfect photo. This is the best selfie spot in Paris, so don't miss it. Trocadero is also a good place to go in the evening, as you can watch the Eiffel Tower's illumination. It twinkles for 5 minutes every hour. The tower has 2 visitor levels with different prices, the second floor being 160 meters and the summit 276 meters high. You can take the elevator or, if you dare, the stairs with about 670 steps to the second floor. Not far from the metro station Châtelet-Léal is the Centre Georges Pompidou. The building is a stunning and colorful high-tech architecture design that you can spot easily from wherever you are in Paris as long as you're above the ground. The building hosts the French National Museum of Modern Arts, which is the largest museum of modern arts in Europe. It has the second largest collection of modern and contemporary arts in the world. You can access the upper floors by using the escalators enclosed in glass pipes which are attached to the outside of the building. You will have a beautiful view from there as well. To visit the museum, you should plan on spending a few hours. The Pantheon was originally built as a church, but now it is a mausoleum for distinguished French citizens. For example, Alexandre Dumas, the writer of The Three Musketeers, is buried here. If you're interested in physics, you will find Foucault's pendulum inside. Léon Foucault, a physicist, demonstrated the rotation of the Earth with it in 1851. Marie Curie is also buried in the Pantheon. On the far west of the Axe Historique, which is a visual line of monuments through Paris, is the business district called La Dèfense. The most notable landmark there is La Grande Arche, the Grand Arc. The impressive high building is 110 meters high, nearly a cube and covered with Carrara marble from Italy. The structure is turned about 6 degrees off the axis to the Champs-Élysées, so it never looks symmetrical on pictures. You can access the large roof terrace with a glass tube elevator, which will allow you a stunning view through the skyscrapers down to the Arc de Triomphe and the Louvre. Up there is a highly recommended photo and selfie spot. Under the roof you can find a small art gallery, and downstairs around the station is a large shopping center which is not dominated by tourists and the expensive brands. If you come with children, don't miss Disneyland Paris. The resort is about 40 kilometers west of the city, and the best way to get there is by train. Take the RER to Marne-la-Vallée-Chessy and you will be there in about 45 minutes. Euro Disney is made of 2 resorts, the more classical Disneyland and the Walt Disney Studio Park. If you want to see both of them, you should plan more than a day for your visit. There are dozens of coasters, adventure rides and many things to see. If you're lucky, you'll catch one of the amazing firework and light shows in the evening. If you want to go shopping and have a big budget, we suggest Galeries Lafayette on the Boulevard Haussmann. There you can find all the big and popular brands of the world in a single place. The interior is very impressive and worth a visit. On one of the upper floors is a Starbucks cafe where you can sit and admire the remarkable dome while watching the shoppers. If you want to go shopping for more affordable prices, take a look around Châtelet-Léal. There are so many romantic places in Paris. One of our favorites is the Pont des Arts Bridge, which leads directly to the Louvre. On the bridge you find lots of love locks. Many lovers attach a lock to the bridge and throw the key into the Seine as a sign of eternal love. A few years ago the bridge was covered with so many locks they had to remove them all to prevent the bridge from damage. The next bridge towards Notre Dame is the Pont Neuf. This is a perfect place to sit in the evening and watch the sunset over Paris with the boats passing under the bridge. If you like, you can find a boat tour operator downstairs in the middle of the bridge who can take you on a magnificent trip on the River Seine. Besides sightseeing tours, some boats also offer a dinner ride in the evening. A perfect place to get the royal feeling is the Jardin de Luxembourg, the Luxembourg Gardens. The park today is owned by the French Senate, which meets in the palace. The garden in front of the palace is a beautiful spot to take photos and selfies. It contains over 100 statues, monuments and fountains. In the Quartier Latin, on the bank of the River Seine at the Pont Saint-Michel, there are lots of art dealers who are worth taking a look at. There are antiquarian bookshops, paintings and souvenirs. The Quartier Latin is also the best place to spend the evening. Between the Rue de la Huchette and the Rue Saint-Séverin, there are lots of small shops and restaurants that offer food from all around the world. Especially at night, the narrow streets will look really cool as they are filled with neon light advertisements. You should definitely try a crepe with chocolate and strawberries there. In summer you can have a seat in front of a restaurant for lunch or dinner and enjoy the beautiful atmosphere. There are always street musicians, shows and art dealers around the Pont Saint-Michel. If you're looking for a more unique souvenir, go to the Hard Rock Cafe and get a Paris t-shirt or a baseball cap. If you are in Paris during summer, a definite must is going to a street cafe, ordering an espresso and letting the time pass by. You will see details of this beautiful city, you won't even register as a busy tourist. And don't leave Paris without having tried the famous sweets called macarons. They are a little costly, but worth the price. Some things may have changed since the making of this video. To catch up, we have prepared a website with all the current information. There you find the current admission fees, quick links to the official websites, maps and Wikipedia entries. Go to ayoworld.org, scroll down and click on Paris. Bookmark this page on your mobile phone and you'll find everything you'll need to plan and have a perfect trip. Join us on all our future trips by following our official Instagram account, AyoWorldOfficial. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and please leave a like.